There are places that don't appear on any map, not because they're lost, just never truly seen for what they are. Not the crowded wonders or famous landmarks, but surreal fragments where nature hides its most majestic creations, as if saving them for those curious enough to search. In the mist-covered mountains of China, the sandstone pillars of Wulingyuan rise like a forest of spears, a floating world where hanging bridges stretch between peaks, like fragile threads pulled tight between heaven and abyss. But if nature can carve sanctuaries in the sky, then on the other side of the earth, it burns. In Moab, Utah, the rocks glow red like smoldering coals, shaping a landscape that looks less like Earth and more like a forgotten planet. And just when you think you've seen the edge of magnificence, Ireland whispers otherwise. At the cliffs of Moab, walls of stone tower 200 meters above the Atlantic, as if Earth was once torn open by an invisible force and never quite healed. These places don't just leave you in awe, they make you wonder how many more wonders are still hiding, waiting to be seen for the very first time. Fenglin Buyi's scenic spot shows the raw beauty of the southwest mountains, with limestone ranges, red maple forests in fall, and clear, winding streams. When sunlight passes through the maple leaves, the whole area glows in bright red, yellow, and orange like a living painting. Waterfalls drop more than 100 feet over mossy rocks, creating soft sounds like wind chimes echoing from deep in the forest. Buye wooden stilt houses sit along the hills, with black tile roofs and strong stone pillars that feel both solid and ancient. Some have said they heard their names or messages about what to do next in life. No one has explained the sounds, but the stone is still worshipped and seen as sacred. Lake Baikal is the deepest freshwater lake in the world, with a depth of about 5,387 feet and an age of over 25 million years. It holds around 20% of all the unfrozen fresh water on the planet, with water so clear you can see over 131 feet deep. In winter, the lake freezes with crystal clear ice that cracks loudly like cannon fire. Lake Baikal is the only place on Earth where freshwater seals live, showing its ancient and special ecosystem. Tiny life in the lake helps clean the water naturally, keeping it pure without human help. For local people, the lake is sacred and linked to old legends and traditional ceremonies. When my village sits between pine forests and deep valleys, with clear streams and blooming flowers, creating a painting-like, natural view each spring. Each morning, sunlight shines through the mist and reflects on the curved tile roofs of old houses, lighting up the whole village. Traditional wooden and stone homes have carved wooden doors, stone-paved yards, and long porches that feel peaceful and close to nature. An old legend says that on the first night of the new year, a special stone by the stream glows softly when approached by someone sincere. If they place their hand on the stone and recite a poem they wrote, they will gain clarity and good fortune in learning for the whole year. No one can explain the glow, but villagers believe the stone holds spiritual energy and connects people to the light of wisdom in nature. Wulingyuan is a natural wonder formed over hundreds of millions of years, with more than 3,000 sandstone pillars rising between 650 and 1,000 feet into the sky. These stone towers were shaped by uplift, erosion, and weathering, creating a one-of-a-kind landscape found nowhere else. A special feature of Wulingyuan is the dense collection of natural stone towers shaped like mythical creatures. A local legend says these towers are spirits of the mountains turned to stone to guard a sacred land. Today, strict conservation is in place, and visitors must follow fixed trails to avoid harming the delicate ecosystem. This is one of the rare places that holds both great geological value and deep cultural and spiritual meaning. Cliffs of Moab was formed over 300 million years ago from ancient seabed, lifted and eroded slowly by strong ocean winds and rain. The cliffs rise more than 700 feet and stretch over 5 miles, creating a massive natural wall beside the wild Atlantic Ocean. When sunlight passes through the mist, the rock layers shift color from silver gray to copper red, forming a magical and changing scene. This area is home to over 20 rare seabird species and thousands of individuals, such as puffins and gulls. The site is now strictly protected and offers controlled tourism to preserve the marine ecosystem and stunning natural landscape. Moab is a strange sandstone region where red and orange rocks were naturally shaped over millions of years, creating a landscape that looks like another planet. Some cliffs rise hundreds of feet high and are eroded into cracked, curved shapes like the earth once shook violently here. Large rocks have been reported to make cracking sounds at sunrise, like they are breathing, while wind through narrow gaps sounds like flutes or whispers. Visitors have felt lost when deep inside the canyons, and compasses may shift slightly near certain rock formations. At night, strange flickering lights have appeared close to the ground, making many think of hidden energy. With surreal shapes and unexplained events, Moab feels like the line between reality and an ancient world has almost disappeared. Waitomo glowworm caves were formed over 30 million years ago from limestone created by fossilized sea creatures, then shaped by rainwater into underground chambers. This place is famous for thousands of glowworms hanging from the ceiling, making the cave look like a magical starry sky underground. The blue light from the glowworms is caused by a rare biological reaction, creating a surreal and mysterious atmosphere. In total darkness, an underground river quietly carries visitors through this magical scene, like drifting through a miniature galaxy. According to local legend, the light is believed to be ancestral spirits guiding the way through the dark, giving the cave spiritual meaning. The cave is now strictly protected, with limited daily visitors and a ban on artificial light to preserve its delicate ecosystem. Angkor Thom is a giant ancient capital built over 800 years ago, known for its strong stone walls and hundreds of giant stone faces looking in 4 directions. The whole city was planned like a model of the universe based on Hindu beliefs, showing advanced thinking in philosophy and astronomy. Millions of heavy stones were stacked with perfect precision without using any glue, and the building technique is still not fully explained. Some areas inside the city are believed to have underground tunnels or levels that have never been discovered, adding more mystery. Many electronic devices have failed when used near the center area, making scientists think there may be strange magnetic energy there. In the early morning, when sunlight hits the moss-covered towers and fog still floats, the scene looks like a sacred, forgotten world. Chingy de Bemaraha is a magnificent natural heritage site in Madagascar, known for its sharp limestone formations shaped over millions of years by water and wind. This location is in a remote region, requiring travel through dense forest and rough terrain to reach, adding mystery and challenge to any exploration. Scientifically, it is home to hundreds of unique plant and animal species, many of which are not found anywhere else in the world. Biologists see it as a living lab for studying evolution and adaptation under extreme conditions. Culturally, local people consider this area sacred, closely linked to ancient beliefs and deep respect for nature. The surreal beauty of the sharp rock peaks gives the feeling of stepping onto another planet. Table Mountain is one of the oldest mountains in the world, with a geological age of over 260 million years and a strange flat top like a giant table. It stands about 3,563 feet tall and can create a cloud cover on top like a white cloth, called the tablecloth of the gods by locals. What's strange is that even after millions of years of erosion, the flat summit remains nearly unchanged. There are more than 1,400 plant species here that can only be found in this place, making it a globally valuable outdoor biological museum. Many radio signals have been reported to go strange when flying near the summit, leading to theories about unusual magnetic fields. Cliff Village sits about 2,600 feet above the ground, surrounded by steep cliffs and drifting clouds all year, creating a legendary and dramatic landscape. From the village, you can see endless mountain layers and clouds floating right at eye level, especially beautiful at sunrise through the morning mist. The homes here are built tightly against the cliffs using earth, stone, and bamboo, small but very strong for this steep terrain. One of the most unique features is the old rope ladders once used to climb the cliffs, hanging hundreds of feet in the air. Though metal stairs have replaced the ropes, a section of the old ladder remains as a spiritual symbol of connection with the past. Visitors often stop to place a hand on the rough rope, silently hoping for protection on their journey through the mighty cliffs. Perito Moreno is one of the most impressive glaciers in the world, stretching about 19 miles and standing nearly 230 feet above the lake. The glacier shines with a bright turquoise color under the sunlight, creating a view that feels both grand and surreal. Unlike many other glaciers, this one has stayed the same size for decades without shrinking. Sometimes, large blocks of ice break off and crash into the lake, sounding like thunder and sending strong waves. Perito Moreno is not just a natural wonder, but also a symbol of national pride for Argentina. Huaguoyuan community is a massive urban area with hundreds of tall buildings packed closely together, forming one of the most modern complexes in the city. Despite being a mega development, it stays close to nature with parks, man-made lakes, hanging gardens, and shaded walking paths. In the mornings and evenings, people walk under the trees, exercise by the lake, or meditate in gardens, enjoying calm within the concrete. Some say certain floors and units always have lights on, but never show any signs of life, like they are run by something unseen. Many practice meditation at sunrise, saying the area holds special energy that helps quiet the mind and strengthen inner focus. The mix of modern design, green space, and spiritual mystery makes Wagoyuan both real and surreal. Haleakala is a national park known for its volcano over 1,000 feet high, where sunrise creates a glowing sea of clouds. Its landscape includes a wide crater with red soil, black rocks, and volcanic ash that feels like walking on another planet. This place is sacred in local beliefs, seen as the home of gods and where the sun was once held still in ancient legends. The weather at Haleakala changes quickly in one day, from bright sun to cold fog, just a few steps apart. Standing in front of this scene, many feel deep peace and realize how small they are in the wide universe, like touching a world beyond reality. Refuge is one of the rare coastal places that still keeps its wild nature and ancient charm in the modern world. It is located on a limestone peninsula and features steep cliffs and crystal-clear water that stays transparent even hundreds of feet from the shore. The narrow stone streets and old stone houses with red roofs create a view that feels like it came from a fairy tale. There is a sacred story here about a statue of the Virgin Mary that washed ashore and could not be moved, which led the people to build a holy site. Strange things like unusual lights and mysterious sounds are still reported sometimes, attracting curious visitors and explorers. Thanks to strict preservation rules and sustainable tourism efforts, Rovinj has kept its ancient identity and offers travelers a timeless experience. Fingal's Cave is one of Scotland's most unique natural wonders, formed by perfectly hexagonal basalt columns created through ancient volcanic eruptions. When ocean waves enter the cave, they crash against the walls and produce echoes that sound like organ music in a grand cathedral. At certain times of the year, sunlight enters the cave and creates a vertical beam of light that looks like a mythic column of fire. Some visitors say they feel time slowing down while inside, and others report hearing whispering sounds with no known source. Photos taken in the cave sometimes show strange light distortions, as if the space itself is bending. Fingal's Cave is more than a sea cave made of rock. It is a place where natural physics meets the deep mysteries of ancient legend. Baikeng village is an ancient place hidden among forested mountains where time feels frozen and nature remains beautifully untouched. Surrounding the village are bamboo groves, misty hills, and gentle streams flowing all year, bringing a fresh and peaceful atmosphere. Old wooden houses with moss-covered roofs sit along the slopes, creating a simple yet charming mountain scene. In spring, wildflowers bloom across the hills, while autumn brings golden leaves that cover the village in quiet beauty. Legends say ancient alchemists once lived here, leaving behind mysterious symbols and sacred trees with strange shapes. The mix of poetic landscape and spiritual depth makes Baikeng Village a mysterious and special destination. Hatcher Pass is located in the Talkeetna Mountains of Alaska, standing at nearly 3,340 feet above sea level with a cold and harsh climate year-round. The area is hard to reach, especially during winter, when thick snow and ice block access, appealing mostly to wilderness explorers. It is one of the rare places that still preserves its original beauty, with high mountain ecosystems untouched by urban or tourism development. Historically, it was a gold mining center in the early 20th century, and many archaeological remains still hold research value. Hatcher Pass also serves scientists studying geology and climate change in an environment with minimal human interference. Its isolation, rough terrain, and lack of infrastructure make it a hidden natural treasure in Alaska. Mendenhall Glacier is about 13 miles long, formed thousands of years ago through layers of snow packed and compressed over time. The glacier's surface is naturally blue, reflecting sunlight like crystal and creating a scene that is both cold and bright. One rare phenomenon here is the ice caves inside the glacier, where light shines through thick ice to form glowing blue spaces. These caves keep changing as the ice melts, making each visit unique and impossible to repeat. Many visitors standing before the giant ice mass feel total silence and realize how fragile the natural world truly is. Baizang Waterfall is one of the tallest and most stunning waterfalls, with water falling from hundreds of feet high and creating a misty white veil with echoing sound. The waterfall is surrounded by lush forests and layered natural rock formations shaped as if carved by nature's hand. The sound of water, blending with wind and forest birds, creates a natural symphony that makes the soul feel cleansed. Strangely, the water flow remains nearly the same in both dry and rainy seasons, puzzling scientists who can't locate its exact source. According to ancient legends, this place was where gods once descended to teach human wisdom and virtues. Baijiang Waterfall is not only a beautiful natural sight, but also a spiritual symbol where people find peace and a deeper connection with the universe. Santorini features a crescent-shaped land formed by an ancient volcanic eruption, with cliffs rising hundreds of feet around a sunken caldera. On top of the cliffs, white houses with blue domes create a perfect blend between architecture and nature. The island was once the center of the ancient Minoan civilization and is linked to Greek legends, seen in its rituals and traditional arts. A unique phenomenon here is the orange-pink sunset light that covers the island, making the scenery romantic and dreamlike. Hot gases still sometimes rise from the underwater volcano, showing that geological activity continues. This balance between strong natural beauty and deep cultural history gives Santorini emotional power that overwhelms and inspires reflection. Owl Creek Pass is a hard-to-reach destination located in the San Juan Mountains of Colorado, with rugged trails and challenging terrain. At an elevation of over 1,000 feet, It attracts those who love exploring the wilderness and seeking tranquility. The landscape at Owl Creek Pass includes towering mountains, pristine forests, and deep valleys, creating an untouched space that few places can match. Scientifically, this area is home to many wild animals and is also an ideal destination for studies in zoology and geology. Owl Creek Pass is rare, not only due to its inaccessibility, but also because of the unique natural beauty it offers. With no widespread tourism development, it helps preserve the natural ecosystem and maintain its peaceful atmosphere. Drift Creek Falls features a white waterfall dropping from a tall cliff into a dense, old-growth forest, formed through thousands of years of geological erosion. The landscape is wild and pristine, blending strong flowing water, ancient pine trees, and lush green plants throughout the year. A highlight is the suspension bridge, about 240 feet long, that stretches across the canyon, letting visitors view the entire waterfall from above. Geologists discovered that the rock formations beneath the falls might be remnants of an ancient sediment layer broken by a long-past earthquake. A native legend says this was once a sacred site used for rain rituals, where ancestors' voices are still believed to echo through the forest. Drift Creek Falls attracts nature lovers, while conservation groups are working to preserve the ecosystem by limiting tourism impact. Wugu Gorge is a majestic natural wonder with towering cliffs and overwhelming depth, where thick mist creates a dreamy and floating landscape. Each morning, the gorge is covered in white fog, making the entire area seem to hover between sky and earth. The lush forest at the bottom blends with moss-covered stone layers to create a magical and mysterious atmosphere. A strange phenomenon has been recorded where compasses suddenly stop working or spin uncontrollably at certain points in the gorge. According to ancient legends, this place was once a hidden sanctuary where Taoist priests practiced spiritual energy cultivation. Many travelers come here not only to enjoy the natural beauty, but also to meditate and connect with the spiritual world in the wild. Jackson Hole is a large valley surrounded by mountain ranges over 1,000 feet high, showing the wild beauty of the American West. In summer, wildflowers cover the land with bright colors, and in winter, snow turns the place into a white wonder. Because of its bowl shape and highland weather, fog and frost appear often, making the landscape look magical. Jackson Hole was once home to hunters, settlers, and cowboys, and that history still lives in its old buildings and local culture. Here, people can see moose, eagles, or even bears in the wild without any zoo. Every moment in Jackson Hole brings peace and reminds people of their deep connection to nature and life. Milford Sound is a fjord formed during the Ice Age, known for its towering cliffs that rise up to around 4,000 feet and deep blue waters. It has one of the highest rainfall levels in the world, creating hundreds of temporary waterfalls during heavy rain that change the scenery quickly. When the sky clears, the surface of the water reflects the surrounding mountains like a vivid natural mirror. This land was once considered sacred by the native people and is linked to ancient legends. Early European explorers mistook it for a river mouth, showing how its beauty goes beyond ordinary imagination. What makes it special is the contrast between its mighty landscape and the peaceful feeling it brings. Teton Range was formed about 9 million years ago by a geological fault that created steep peaks rising nearly 13,800 feet with sharp, natural outlines. Its peaks rise almost vertically from low ground without gradual foothills, making them appear taller than they really are. Snow covers the mountains year-round, and sunlight creates colorful scenes that change beautifully with each season. Mysterious flashing lights have been seen at night on some of the peaks, and science has not fully explained these strange events. Teton Range is home to rare wild animals and remains one of the few mountain areas still mostly untouched by human development. Strict conservation efforts help protect its natural beauty and biodiversity, making it a perfect destination for those who love pure and powerful nature. Key City Forest Garden is a unique urban eco-park that brings peace through its thick green trees and clean, fresh air. Its rich plant life creates a layered ecosystem that covers small lakes, artificial hills, and winding forest trails. In the misty mornings, sunlight shines through the leaves, creating a magical scene like an ink painting. Local people once believed in a sacred tree called the Time Guardian, used in New Year rituals for peace and clarity. Each year at sunrise on the first day, people visit the stump to meditate and pray, feeling deeply connected to nature's rhythm. While the world races forward, some places quietly stay behind, unnamed, unspoken, and seemingly untouched by any era. The journey begins with a narrow path winding through ancient forest, where sunlight trickles through the leaves like fragments of forgotten memories. The deeper you go, the stranger the landscape becomes. Jagged mountain peaks rise like stone towers carved in prehistoric times, sharp, sheer, and otherworldly. The space closes in. The cliffs seem to guide you, narrowing like a passage meant to protect something hidden. And then, at the end of that path, deep within an extinct volcano, a silent lake appears. Emerald green, perfectly still, a mirror to the sky, cradled by towering stone walls. You find yourself frozen, not from fear, but awe, because beauty like this feels untouched, sacred. Even a whisper would feel out of place. This isn't a sightseeing trip. It's a journey into the hidden masterpieces of nature, the secret natural wonders the world never talks about. Egen crater holds the world's largest acid lake, about 0.6 mile wide and 660 feet deep, with stunning emerald green water. The main highlight is the rare blue fire phenomenon, appearing when sulfur gas ignites upon contact with air at night. The faint blue glow blending with sulfur mist creates a surreal scene unlike anywhere else on Earth. For generations, sulfur miners have carried loads weighing over 130 pounds up from the crater floor to the rim. This grueling mining work is not just a livelihood, but also a cultural symbol of endurance and community strength. Trekking tours allow visitors to witness the blue fire and acid lake while emphasizing environmental protection and safe exploration. Cappadocia sits on a dry, high plateau covered by thousands of natural stone towers formed millions of years ago. The rock chimneys are about 130 feet tall on average, with strange shapes like giant mushrooms, pointed towers, or twisted stone pillars. This landscape was created by volcanic ash combined with long-term erosion by wind and water, forming a marvelous natural maze. Unlike other regions, people cleverly carved the soft rocks to build homes, monasteries, and even vast underground cities. The sight of Cappadocia from a hot air balloon at sunrise, with hundreds of stone towers glowing under golden light, is truly magical. It also makes them appreciate the deep harmony between nature and human intelligence across thousands of years of history. Svartifoss is a famous waterfall in Iceland, formed by melting glacier water that falls from a height of about 65 feet, creating white water over black rock. Its most special feature is the hexagonal basalt columns standing upright, formed when lava cooled slowly millions of years ago. Light reflecting on the rock faces creates a magical visual effect that attracts thousands of tourists and photographers. The surrounding vegetation includes moss, lichens, and cold-resistant shrubs growing on wet rocks, along with some temperate bird species. Svartifoss has inspired architects to design many national landmark buildings in Iceland. Now, the waterfall is protected inside a national park with walking trails for visitors to limit impact on the landscape and preserve its natural environment. Geological is an isolated land deep in the jungle, unreachable by road and only accessible by plane or long treks through dense forest. Its most striking features are the tepuis, flat-topped sandstone plateaus with vertical cliffs reaching over 1,000 feet tall, standing like natural fortresses. Beyond the dramatic terrain, over 75,000 ancient rock paintings reflect human life, beliefs, and connections to nature through thousands of years. These images, combined with a unique ecosystem, make the place a living museum of history, culture, and evolution. Its isolation has helped preserve both nature and ancient heritage in nearly untouched condition. Geological not only impresses with its landscape, but also inspires deep respect for the past and humanity's bond with the earth. Lago di Sorapis is a mountain lake with a bright turquoise color located at about 6,200 feet high, surrounded by steep cliffs and silent wilderness. Its strange color does not come from the bottom, but from minerals floating in the water that reflect sunlight, creating a rare natural effect. The water changes clarity and color through the day, from pale blue in the morning to mirror-like brightness at noon. Although it looks peaceful, the water is always very cold, usually not warmer than 50 degrees Fahrenheit, making swimming dangerous. Visitors can only reach the lake by hiking and holding onto ropes along narrow paths beside cliffs. In winter, the lake freezes, but the turquoise glow beneath the ice still shows like a giant gem. Huacachina is one of the rare desert oases in the world, with a surreal beauty, surrounded by golden sand dunes over 330 feet tall. It once had a natural lake, but now is kept alive by pumped groundwater to preserve its magical look. The dunes change shape every year due to strong desert winds, creating a scene that is always new. The sunset here is considered one of the most beautiful on Earth, as the light reflects off the lake and dunes like a living painting. This place is famous for sandboarding and buggy rides across steep, challenging sand hills. The climate is extremely dry, with humidity below 20% making sounds echo far, and the air feels absolutely still. Geological Cave is a sea cave naturally formed over millions of years by waves and wind eroding soft limestone, creating a giant dome with an open hole at the top. Sunlight shines through this round hole, creating beautiful light effects that highlight the golden sand and clear water inside the cave. With a stone dome over 65 feet tall and only reachable by water, the cave feels like a hidden world separate from the outside. The colors of the limestone, sea, and sunlight blend together to form a unique and magical beauty. The water around the cave is home to many fish, crabs, starfish, and seabirds, showing a rich marine ecosystem. Although not linked to major historical events, Benajil Cave has become a modern cultural icon and a famous travel destination. Lençóis Maranhenses is one of Brazil's most unique natural wonders, with a beauty that stuns all who see it. Unlike any other desert, this place receives heavy rainfall, and thousands of freshwater lagoons appear during the rainy season. These lagoons form between pure white sand dunes, and the water is crystal clear with turquoise or blue colors. The dunes can rise up to 130 feet tall, creating soft, natural curves that look like a painting. The terrain was shaped by strong wind and rain over thousands of years, making the landscape feel like another planet. What's even more amazing is that although the lagoons only exist for a few months, fish are found living inside them, surprising scientists. Chingue de Bemaraha stands out with a limestone forest of sharp stone blades reaching from 33 to 230 feet high, forming a unique natural maze. To reach this place, visitors must cross rugged dirt paths and fragile suspension bridges connecting the towering stone peaks. This area was shaped by millions of years of limestone erosion, where rain and underground rivers carved vertical pillars and hidden caves. The ecosystem here is extremely unique, with many plant and animal species surviving only within the cracks or atop the stone towers. Standing among the sharp stone forest, reaching into the sky, people cannot help but feel small before the endurance of nature. It deeply reminds us of the lasting power of life on Earth and the quiet strength of natural forces. Mono Lake is one of the oldest saltwater lakes in the United States, formed about 70,000 years ago by volcanic activity. Because it has no outlet to the sea minerals built up over time, making the lake 2 to 3 times saltier than the ocean, with high alkalinity. The lake's most striking feature is the tufa towers, formed when underground springs rich in calcium mix with the carbonate in the lake water. Despite the harsh environment, the lake supports unique brine shrimp and diving flies, which feed millions of migratory birds each year. Mono Lake also holds deep cultural meaning for indigenous people and was the focus of a major environmental protection movement in the 20th century. Thanks to strong conservation efforts, the water level is recovering and the ecosystem is slowly coming back to life. Danakil Depression is one of the lowest places on Earth, lying about 410 feet below sea level and formed by the splitting of three tectonic plates. The landscape is stunning with turquoise lakes, bright white salt flats, neon yellow hot springs, and steaming sulfur mounds. Even though daytime temperatures can rise over 120 degrees Fahrenheit, some heat-resistant bacteria and extreme microbes still survive. This area has been home for thousands of years to the Afar people, known for their traditional hand mining of salt in harsh conditions. Today, Danakil Depression attracts adventure lovers, but tourism activities are strictly managed to protect its fragile geology. Preserving the cultural values tied to this extraordinary land is also a major focus. Skellig Michael is a remote island of rock rising from the ocean, famous for its wild beauty and ancient religious history. The island sits dozens of miles from land and can only be reached by small boat during good weather. It holds a stone monastery from the 6th century, located nearly 600 feet above sea level, made of dry stones stacked without any cement. These structures have stood strong for over 1,000 years through ocean winds and heavy storms. Skellig Michael is also home to thousands of seabirds, especially during nesting season, creating a vibrant soundscape in the quiet space. For many visitors, this place is not just a heritage site, but a journey to reconnect with nature and the soul, a rare spiritual experience in life. The Galapagos Islands, formed about 5,200 years ago through volcanic eruptions in the Pacific Ocean, creating basalt islands with extinct volcanoes. The archipelago lies about 621 miles west of mainland Ecuador, standing out in the vast ocean with a mix of wild terrain and calm, clear water bays. Their unique beauty comes from the contrast of dark volcanic rock and deep blue sea, along with rich coral reefs hidden beneath the waves. Biodiversity is extremely rich, featuring dozens of endemic species like giant tortoises, marine iguanas, sea lions, and Darwin's finches. Historically, the islands inspired Charles Darwin to develop the theory of evolution and are now recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Exploring the Galapagos requires licensed tours, following designated paths and visitor limits to minimize impact. Dead Vlaai is a surreal land that was once a lush oasis, but is now completely dry, leaving behind cracked white soil and hundreds of dead trees standing alone. These trees have been dead for over 600 years, but they have not decayed because the climate is so dry that bacteria cannot survive. The landscape becomes strange and haunting, with a mix of white ground, blackened trees, towering red sand dunes, and deep blue sky. Daytime temperatures can rise above 122 degrees Fahrenheit, but nighttime becomes freezing, creating an extreme temperature contrast. Surrounding sand dunes rise over 980 feet, making people look tiny in the middle of the burning orange scenery. There is no water, no animals, and no sound. This place is called the Valley of Absolute Silence. Wadi Bani Khalid hides among dry limestone mountains, accessible only by winding mountain paths and narrow canyons. Amazingly, the water here flows year-round and stays cool even when desert temperatures outside rise over 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Natural pools form a series of beautiful swimming holes connected by small streams weaving through rocky cracks. Soaking in the crystal-clear pools and listening to the gentle sound of flowing water, visitors feel the miracle of life thriving in a harsh land. Mount Roraima is a giant tabletop mountain with vertical cliffs reaching 1,300 feet high and a flat summit covering over 12 square miles. The mountain lies isolated among ancient rainforests, only accessible by a tough journey lasting several days across rugged terrain. The summit's surface is filled with small lakes, deep crevices, and black stone mazes with strange shapes, creating a surreal world. Thick clouds cover the summit year-round, making the mountain look like a floating island in the sky. The ancient rock layers here are over 2 billion years old, ranking among the oldest surviving parts of the Earth. Standing on the summit, people easily feel their smallness before the endless flow of time and nature. Parikutan is the only volcano in modern times that people witnessed fully forming from a crack in the ground. The volcano began erupting in 1943 and rose over 1,100 feet within a year, spreading lava across a large surrounding area. In sunlight, volcanic ash and stone reflect a cold silver glow that makes the entire area look mystical and surreal. Although the crater zone remains harsh, moss and lichens have started to grow, marking nature's slow return to the land. Parikutan is a cultural symbol tied to living memory and traditional ceremonies of native communities in the region. Preservation work is ongoing to ensure safety, restore the ecosystem, and protect the site's unique historical and geological value. Cathedral Gorge is a majestic park in an isolated semi-desert land, known for tall, narrow cliffs and earth towers shaped like ancient cathedrals. Eroded clay structures over millions of years have formed a natural maze with narrow canyons, vertical columns. This area was once the floor of an ancient lake, and as the water disappeared, the drying clay slowly eroded into magical, ever-changing forms. Sunlight, filtering through the cracks, gives the feeling of walking into a natural temple where time seems to stand still. Unlike wider canyons, Cathedral Gorge feels intimate, sacred, and personal in a very unique way. Walking between towering clay walls, people clearly feel their smallness within nature's carved beauty and sense the spiritual depth this quiet landscape brings. Unyanga Lakes are located in the dry Sahara Desert and are among the few places on Earth where both fresh and saltwater lakes exist side by side. Some lakes have extremely high salt levels, while others contain fresh water thanks to underground aquifers that have lasted for thousands of years. Even though this region gets very little rain, the lakes do not dry up because strong winds and unique land shapes help control evaporation. The scenery looks like it comes from another planet, with deep blue lakes lying between red sand dunes and white salt crusts. The contrast between harsh dryness and fragile life creates a surreal natural landscape. Wadi Shab hides between giant limestone canyons, only reachable by walking and swimming through crystal clear natural pools. Steep cliffs, small waterfalls, and emerald green pools create a stunning scene where rocks and water blend magically. Especially, the hidden pools connect through underwater passages, creating a unique exploration experience. Freshwater streams flow between hot sandstone, bringing rare, cool oases to the dry landscape. Swimming through pools, hearing water trickle, and seeing hidden waterfalls lets people feel deep tranquility and the silent beauty of nature. Caño Cristales is called the River of Five Colors, formed from ancient rock layers over 1 billion years old. During the rainy season, the river shines in red, pink, yellow, green, and blue, thanks to the growth of Macarenia clavigeira plants. This area is also home to rich wildlife, like jaguars, howler monkeys, and many colorful tropical birds. The river has deep spiritual meaning for the native people who lived here thousands of years ago. Today, Caño Cristales is strictly protected, with limited visitor numbers to maintain its original beauty. All tourism activities must follow strict environmental rules to avoid harming the rare ecosystem. Jiangye National Geological Park is famous for its colorful sandstone mountains stretching for miles, looking like a giant rainbow painting made by nature. These bright colors are completely natural, formed over 24 million years as mineral layers were pressed, lifted, and then eroded. Many of the rock layers appear in regular wave shapes, looking hand-painted, but actually formed by natural tectonic movement. The dry climate and lack of large trees help preserve the mountain's original shapes and colors without being covered over time. Although the surface looks soft, most of the rocks here are very hard and not easily broken. Each colored stripe represents a different geological era, so it's like watching millions of years of Earth's history gathered in one place. Fingal's Cave is a strange sea cave made entirely from hexagonal basalt columns reaching up to 72 feet high, all shaped like they were cast from a mold. The inside looks like a natural cathedral with stone arches, narrow paths, and strange echoes from waves hitting the cave walls. The sound effect inside is so perfect that even small waves create a living rock symphony. When the tide rises, seawater floods the cave and forms a mirror-like surface, making the whole place feel unreal. Although it is only about 227 feet long, the deeper you go, the louder the sound becomes, and the colder it gets, like entering an ancient sacred space. Blue Hole lies isolated between cliffs and the open sea, making the journey challenging and requiring great patience from visitors. This waterhole is about 33 feet wide and nearly 49 feet deep, connected to the ocean by a beautiful natural stone corridor. When sunlight shines down, the water inside becomes crystal clear, reflecting shimmering colors from emerald green to deep cobalt blue. The steep rock walls around create a secluded space, like a doorway leading directly into the vast ocean. Blue Hole is not just a geological wonder, but also a legendary diving site with a rich underwater ecosystem. Standing before this magical hole, people easily feel their smallness compared to the mighty and endless power of nature. Keshem Island is the largest island in the Persian Gulf, shaped over millions of years with salt valleys, rocky canyons, and sandstone mountains. Keshem Geopark impresses visitors with the world's longest salt cave, spiral gorges, and bizarre natural rock columns. Sunlight shining through cliffs creates shimmering color effects, making the scenery look both wild and surreal. Although located in an arid zone, Keshem still holds vast mangrove forests sheltering fish, crabs, migratory birds, and rare marine animals. Islanders maintain fishing traditions, boat-weaving crafts, and sea-based festivals passed down through many generations. Rock valleys, salt caves, mangrove forests, and ancient villages create a strong attraction for nature exploration lovers. Lake Abraham is a man-made lake located in a remote area surrounded by rugged mountains and harsh weather all year, especially in winter. During the frozen season, a famous phenomenon appears. Thousands of methane bubbles get trapped beneath clear ice, forming long white columns. These bubbles are made when microbes under the lake break down organic matter and release methane, a flammable and dangerous gas if it builds up. This phenomenon is not only rare, but also extremely dangerous when the ice melts in spring, as methane can escape and catch fire if it meets a flame. The perfect layers of frozen bubbles turn the lake into a strange and beautiful sight that attracts scientists and photographers alike. Standing in the cold silence, surrounded by glowing bubbles under the winter sun, people deeply feel nature's fragility and hidden power. The Amazon rainforest is the largest tropical rainforest in the world, covering about 3,000 square miles and holding the richest ecosystem on Earth. It was formed around 55 million years ago, where the Amazon River feeds millions of species in a wet and dense environment. Its natural beauty shines with tall layers of green trees, morning mist, and sunlight breaking through the canopy like magical light beams. The rainforest is home to about 400 species of mammals, over 1,300 bird species, and tens of thousands of unique insects. Famous creatures like jaguars, pink freshwater dolphins, and giant anaconda snakes live in this wild forest. Protecting the Amazon is essential, as it is called the green lung, that helps balance the global climate and supports life for billions of organisms. Europe isn't just beautiful, it's like a joyful feast for every soul that loves to explore. From colorful seaside towns to lush valleys straight out of a painting, every step you take opens up a new story, a new smile. You'll wander down charming cobblestone streets, taste local dishes bursting with flavor, and hear lively music floating through sun-drenched squares. The top 100 most beautiful places in Europe feel like a magical train ride, where every stop makes your heart skip a beat with excitement. Out there, the world is waiting for you, full of color, surprises, and unforgettable moments. So what are you waiting for? Grab your backpack and jump into this amazing adventure today. The Alhambra is a masterpiece perched on a high hill in southern Spain, in the Andalusia region, offering sweeping views of the lush valley and towering mountains in the distance. Its striking red clay walls glow under the sun, earning its Arabic name, Al-Hamra. This unique complex blends a palace, fortress, and gardens built in the 13th century under the Nasrid Muslim dynasty. The gardens within form a lush oasis with fountains and verdant trees, highlighting advanced irrigation techniques of the era. From the hilltop, visitors can marvel at snow-capped mountains in winter, creating a breathtaking scene. Recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in 1984, the Alhambra draws millions annually with its blend of history and natural beauty. Lauterbrunnen Valley is about 5 miles long and is surrounded by towering mountains. This valley is famous for its 72 waterfalls, creating a breathtaking natural landscape. It is one of the deepest and narrowest valleys in the Alps. Lauterbrunnen Valley has fresh air, perfect for those who love peace and unspoiled nature. The towering cliffs and lush forests surrounding the valley create a majestic and stunning landscape. Lauterbrunnen Valley attracts many photographers and tourists due to its natural beauty and uniqueness. The waterfalls in the valley, such as Staubach Falls, are a major attraction due to their powerful water cascading from great heights. The national park in northern Spain spans 259 square miles, with its highest peak at 8,688 feet, dubbed Peaks of Europe, as the first land sailors spotted from the Americas. It boasts jagged limestone mountains, lush valleys, and over 200 peaks above 662 feet, drawing mountaineers and nature lovers. Established in 1918 as the country's first national park, it's UNESCO recognized for its diverse ecosystem, home to rare brown bears, golden eagles, and chamois. Stunning landscapes range from oak forests and alpine meadows to deep gorges carved by ancient glaciers over millions of years. Unique karst terrain and some of the world's deepest caves stand out, thrilling explorers. Winter brings snow-covered peaks and thick fog for a mystical vibe, while summer offers crisp mountain air amid the wilderness. Delphi, located on the slopes of Mount Parnassus, is an area known for its majestic landscapes and the harmony between mountains and the sea. The steep terrain of this area creates towering cliffs and deep valleys, creating a pristine and mystical atmosphere. The peak of Mount Parnassus, towering high, is covered in snow during the winter, making the scenery impressive. In the summer, lush green fields and babbling streams create a peaceful, fresh atmosphere. At the foot of the mountains, lush pine forests provide shade and a quiet space, home to many wild animals. Delphi also stands out with the changing of nature through the seasons, as spring brings fresh flowers and autumn blankets the area in golden leaves. Mallorca is the largest island in the Balearic archipelago of Spain, famous for its stunning natural beauty. The island's landscape includes long beaches, clear turquoise waters, and majestic limestone mountains. Quiet bays and lush forests create an ideal space for exploration by boat or hiking. Mallorca also stands out for its harmonious blend of ancient and modern architecture. The castles, churches, and ancient villages are well preserved, creating a beauty that blends tradition with modern resorts. The history of Mallorca is closely tied to Roman, Muslim, and Castilian civilizations, offering a rich and diverse culture. Hvar, one of Croatia's most famous islands, stands out with its stunning natural beauty. The clear blue waters, peaceful coves, and long white sand beaches are features that make Hvar an ideal destination for those who love the sea. The island is also special with its refreshing lavender fields, offering a romantic scene especially in the summer. Not only does it have magnificent natural landscapes, but Hvar also has a rich cultural heritage with ancient historical sites. Ancient forts, churches, and architectural structures from the Roman Empire and the Middle Ages add to the island's charm and appeal. Hvar was an ideal destination for those seeking a blend of pristine nature and cultural heritage. The island is also famous for its Plavak Mali wine, a wonderful local specialty. In addition, luxury resorts and music festivals make Hvar an unmissable place for travelers. Mykonos, a gem in the Aegean Sea, attracts visitors with its charming beauty and vibrant atmosphere. The island spans about 33 square miles and has a population of only around 1,000 people during the off-season. The town of Chora in Mykonos stands out with its pristine white houses, distinctive blue-domed roofs, and winding narrow streets where you can experience a peaceful, pleasant atmosphere full of life. This place is also famous for its ancient windmills, a symbol of the island, built in the 16th century, along with crystal-clear waters and a 12-mile beach, creating a perfect setting for relaxing afternoons. Mykonos is also a paradise for beach party lovers, with clubs and bars staying open late during the summer. Rhodes is a beautiful island in the Dodecanese archipelago of Greece, famous for its stunning beaches and ancient architectural monuments. Breaktime Trendzuz, the old town of Rhodes, recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site, with cobbled streets and medieval buildings, is an ideal destination for history and culture lovers. Besides its smooth golden beaches, Rhodes also has traditional villages like Lindos, with white houses and narrow streets leading to the Acropolis summit. Rhodes is also famous for historical sites such as the Grand Master's Palace and Mandrake Harbour, where the Colossus of Rhodes once stood. Rhodes offers a variety of exciting outdoor activities for visitors, including hiking and mountaineering, where you can explore trails through traditional villages, pine forests, and stunning landscapes such as Mount Ataviros and the Butterfly Valley. Parkwell sits on a 492-foot hill, offering stunning views of the city and the Mediterranean coast, a masterpiece by Antoni Gaudí, blending unique architecture with nature. Originally planned as an upscale residential area, it became a public park, drawing millions with its whimsical beauty and vibrant colors. Highlights include the world's longest mosaic bench, an iconic ceramic lizard, and a clever drainage system channeling rainwater to irrigate plants. Another striking work by Gaudí, Sagrada Familia, will stand 566 feet tall when finished, featuring intricately carved facades telling biblical stories. Started in 1882 and set for completion in 2026, it showcases perseverance and profound faith. Its interior resembles a forest with curving columns, where sunlight streams through stained glass, creating a dazzling, ever-changing glow. Both sites are UNESCO World Heritage Treasures, embodying the Modernism style and Gaudí's boundless creativity, merging art, nature, and rich culture. Rising to a height of 75 feet and spanning over 1,480 feet, Rhine Falls is the biggest waterfall in Europe. About 185,000 gallons of water pass over the falls every second, creating a powerful natural force. From many viewing bridges, Rhine Falls offers amazing views and lets guests see the full scope of the falls. Visitors also experience the strength of the water and can engage in boating close to the falls. Annecy is a beautiful town located in the southeastern part of France, surrounded by the majestic Alps, and situated next to Lake Annecy, one of the cleanest lakes in Europe. Lake Annecy is famous for its clear and clean water, making it an ideal place for water sports like kayaking, boating, or swimming. The town is called the Venice of France, due to its system of canals and the Thiou River flowing through the old town. Along the canals, visitors will find cobbled streets and lush green spaces, creating a romantic and relaxing atmosphere. The Jardin de l'Europe Park, located along the lake shore, offers fresh air and an ideal space for relaxation. The city is also known for its unique cultural and culinary festivals, attracting visitors from all over the world. Ronda, the city in southern Spain, sits on a 2,434-foot plateau, famed for a 390-foot deep gorge splitting it and the majestic Puente Nuevo bridge spanning across. The 322-foot tall, 216-foot long bridge, built from gorge-mined stone, was finished in 1793 after 34 years. An 18th century engineering marvel with a small room below, once used as a prison. It captivates visitors with stunning views, from steep cliffs and winding rivers to vast olive fields and rolling hills. Its history stretches from prehistoric times through Roman and Islamic rule, leaving marks in ancient architecture and vibrant Andalusian culture, with flamenco, bullfighting, and dishes like beef stew. Notably, the gorge produces natural sounds of rushing water and wind, while thick morning fog makes the bridge seem to float among clouds. With its 124 miles of coastline and millions of antique olive trees covering its natural beauty, Corfu, the second biggest island in the Ionian archipelago of Greece, stands apart. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Corfu's distinctive Venetian architecture from 400 years under Venetian control. On clear days, Mount Pantocrator at 2,972 feet provides a 360-degree vista, including the beaches of Albania and Italy. Among the greatest densities in the world, Corfu also has 18 philharmonic orchestras. Originally imported by the British from East Asia, the little citrus fruit known as kumquat has come to represent the island and finds use in a variety of goods. Comprising 137 kilometers, the Corfu Trail guides guests over varied terrain from beaches to high mountains. Crete, the largest island in Greece, stands out with its diverse natural landscapes and fascinating history. The terrain includes majestic mountain ranges such as Siluritis at 8,063 feet, limestone plateaus, and over 621 miles of stunning coastline. Crete is also the birthplace of the Minoan civilization, with renowned sites like the Palace of Knossos. The architecture of Crete is deeply historical, with a blend of Venetian, Ottoman, and ancient Greek styles, creating a unique urban landscape in the coastal cities. The island boasts a rich cultural tradition, reflected through its folk music, traditional dances, and local festivals. The island also offers numerous outdoor activities such as hiking through Surreal Gorge and exploring caves. Zakynthos is a beautiful island located in the Ionian Sea of Greece, famous for its wonderful beaches and crystal-clear waters. One of the standout attractions is Navagio Beach with its shipwreck, creating a unique and mysterious landscape. Additionally, the island is famous for its blue caves, where visitors can explore by boat and admire their mysterious beauty. Zakynthos is also home to the rare loggerhead sea turtles, which are often seen on the island's beaches. Zakynthos is also renowned for its traditional crafts, such as straw weaving, wood carving, and pottery, along with the music of cantades, originating from the Venetian period, a unique cultural heritage of the island where romantic melodies are sung by male groups under the moonlight. Winding roads lead to traditional fishing villages where you can enjoy fresh seafood and experience the peaceful rhythm of island life. The Faroe Islands are located between the Atlantic Ocean and the North Sea, known for their steep cliffs, majestic peaks, and large waterfalls. With a maritime temperate climate, summers are cool and winters are mild, although the weather can change rapidly and unpredictably. The islands boast lush vegetation and a rich wildlife environment, home to many seabird species, including puffins. Faroe Islands also house whales and seals. Outdoor activities like hiking, mountain climbing, and sightseeing are popular here. Traditional houses are often built from stone with grass roofs, blending seamlessly with the natural landscape. Covering around 56 square miles, Lake Como is among the biggest lakes in northern Italy and falls in the Lombardia region. One of the deepest lakes in Europe, the lake's greatest depth is roughly 1,345 feet. Nestled among the Alps, Lake Como is well known for its breathtaking natural beauty and historic towns. Attracting guests with distinctive architecture and expansive grounds, it has numerous well-known villas and palaces like Villa Olmo, Villa Serbelloni, and Villa Carlotta. Additionally, perfect for outdoor pursuits like water sports, cycling, and hiking is the location with Apart from its natural beauty, Lake Como is well known as the setting for many well-known films and literary works. Renowned for its unusual natural settings and amazing events, Iceland is an island country in northern Europe. Covering around 39,000 square miles, and with a population of roughly 346,000, the nation provides roomy and quiet living quarters. The midnight sun, wherein the sun does not set from late May to mid-July, lets residents and visitors enjoy daylight all day in Iceland. Iceland is also well known for its naturally occurring black sand beaches, particularly in Reynisfjara, which provide breathtakingly arresting scenes. Iceland draws many nature enthusiasts with its soaring volcanoes, vast glaciers, and hot springs. For people who like to investigate and see amazing natural events, the diverse and distinctive environment here is perfect. Costa Brava, the 124-mile coastal region in northeastern Spain, dubbed the Wild Coast, boasts rugged cliffs and stunning bays, cradling the Mediterranean's clear blue waters. It draws millions with its warm climate, diverse landscapes from golden beaches to lush pine forests, and rich cultural heritage. Once a fishing area, it became a renowned resort destination since the 1950s, perfect for swimming, snorkeling, or hiking along breathtaking coastal trails. Its history stretches back to Greek and Roman times, leaving traces in traditional fishing practices and vibrant Catalan customs. Notably, the Tramontana wind sweeps down from the mountains, whipping up waves and shaping cliffs over millennia, while summer sunlight makes the sea sparkle like a mirror. This is where wild nature meets artistry, offering an unforgettable experience for all senses. Meteora is a magnificent natural area in central Greece, known for its towering sandstone columns formed about 60 million years ago. These rock columns create a unique natural landscape that attracts tourists to visit and explore. Meteora is also home to many wildlife species, including rare birds like golden eagles. Particularly, the area is renowned for its rich plant life, thanks to the moisture and cracks in the rocks. Outdoor enthusiasts can enjoy rock climbing or hiking along clearly marked trails, offering excellent experiences. Not only is it home to pristine nature, but Meteora is also an ideal place to admire the views, relax, and sample local dishes. Chamonix and Mont Blanc are some of the most famous destinations in Europe, attracting thousands of visitors each year. Mont Blanc, with an elevation of 1,581 feet, is the highest peak in the Alps and Western Europe. Climbing this summit is a dream for many mountaineers. However, it also carries significant dangers. Despite this, Mont Blanc remains a popular destination for adventure seekers and nature lovers. The surrounding landscape is incredibly majestic, with vast snowfields and massive glaciers like Mer de Glace. This is one of the largest glaciers in Europe, stretching about 4.3 miles. In addition to mountaineering, visitors can also enjoy skiing, hiking, or simply take in the breathtaking beauty of nature. However, due to changing weather conditions and harsh climate, engaging in outdoor activities requires careful preparation and strict adherence to safety regulations. The lavender fields in Provence are one of the most iconic landscapes in France, especially in the summer when the fields stretch out with their distinctive purple color. These fields are typically harvested in July and August, when the lavender blooms fully. Lavender is an important raw material in the beauty and medical industries, especially due to its essential oil with a unique fragrance. The lavender fields in Provence cover a large area, stretching over thousands of acres, creating an impressive and expansive natural landscape. The fragrance of lavender can be sensed from afar, creating a pleasant atmosphere for visitors. One famous cliff, at roughly 3,600 feet above sea level, is Trolltunga. The cliff's shape provides an incredible perspective, resembling a rock tongue protruding outward. As one of the most well-known adventurous tourist destinations in Norway, this hike demands strong physical ability. Although the climb is challenging, once you reach the summit, the breathtaking, surrounding natural beauty makes it all worthwhile. This area creates a fantastic natural scene with snow-capped mountains and crystal-clear lakes. In addition to appreciating the environment, Trolltunga serves as a habitat for various wildlife species, including reindeer and different birds.